Hey everyone, me Kevin here. NIO is about to hit one of my price targets. It is up over 9.6% on the day. It is almost at a specific target that I have. I will explain that towards the end of this video, but congratulations to NIO shareholders. It is up 9.5% at the time of this recording. Of course, I'm taking a peek at Webull on my screen, which if you don't have Webull yet, go to the link down below, deposit $100, get yourself 4 free stocks worth up to $1,600. There's a link for M1 Finance. You could do that with as well. You'd be walking away with at least $51 if you use both of those links and deposit $100. But anyway, let's focus on NIO here. So congratulations again to NIO shareholders. This is exciting. As somebody who owns over $500,000 in options and shares of NIO, hey, this is great. I like days like today. So we do have some news to report though beyond NIO Day, and that's what I want to focus on in this video. See, first, we know that NIO focuses on quality and luxury. This is something that we frequently differentiate NIO with from Tesla. After all, we applaud Tesla for their ability to get vehicles off the line, but because of that, they might be really pushing vehicles through the line that are maybe 90% quality, right? That A quality, but they're not that A plus premium quality. That's where NIO comes in, and I think that's personally going to help NIO maintain substantially high margins, or once they get to higher margins, they'll be able to maintain those higher margins via premium pricing for their premium vehicles, and that's good. Now, I have to say, I was a little disappointed, I should say, with how NIO definitely chose to solidify their reign in the direction of going to more expensive vehicles rather than even slightly less expensive vehicles. And this is different from saying, oh, NIO should just make a really cheap, $25,000 car and slap it together and have something, again, cheap. No, I think you've really got NIO selling right now between that $46,000 to $60,000 range. It wouldn't have been horrible if the sedan priced within that range, or even around $45,000. Compete with sort of like a 328 from BMW, a C-Class Mercedes. You're still getting that BMW, you're still getting that Mercedes feel, but you're getting it at maybe a palatable price for many, many more people. They priced their ET7 around that more like E-Class or 5 Series BMW pricing range. So maybe, who knows, maybe that's more midpoint for Mercedes and BMW, but pricing around $69,000 to $80,000 for an ET7, it's on the pricier side. Going in that pricier direction to me, again, not to say they should have gone like super cheap, a little bit disappointing to me, but we do have some news to hit here, and we're going to talk about that. I do have to just quickly applaud NIO again, and I cannot understate, and I think this is really underappreciated, because when I look at the comments, very, very few people are talking about this. And so I've mentioned this in each of my last NIO videos. I cannot understate how brilliant the forward-facing LiDAR is. Everybody else is trying to get the spinning domes that look ridiculous and are the reason why Elon Musk hates LiDAR. And here NIO is integrating forward-facing LiDAR in a very, very sleek fashion. I mean, this is a game changer, NIO's integration of just forward-facing LiDAR. I expect many other manufacturers to follow suit. So pay attention to this. NIO may have just started a precedent, and I think it's really good. Okay, now, let's bring up the news here. So, initially, I thought, okay, one of my first reactions was maybe NIO's going with this, in my opinion, substantially more expensive vehicle because they don't have the production yet, right? They're still 6 to 12 weeks out on current deliveries when people order, if not more at this point. They have an incredible cultural following, and ultimately, they are a brand that attracts people to upgrade their vehicle. And maybe the ET7 is going to do exactly that. Maybe other NIO owners will say, you know what, this is what I've been waiting for. I want to go from the crossover I have to the ET7 and upgrade. Or I want my spouse to get the ET7 so us as a family we can upgrade. Who knows, right? But NIO just gave us a better reason as to why they went with a more expensive vehicle. And this is actually a game changer for NIO's brand. It more or less reiterates their brand and their direction here, but it's a game changer in terms of how we value this company. So this becomes very, very important as somebody who likes to do fundamental analysis. This is very, very important. So Reuters just reported the following, quote, "As EV technologies advance and battery costs lower, it is possible that we may enter the massive market. Okay, so basically they're saying, hey, look, as the costs of batteries come down and as our manufacturing lines ramp up, we'll be more ready to manufacture that mass market vehicle. That's when we'll be ready to do that, Series 3 BMW competitor, so to speak, the C-Class competitor. That's going to get you into that more massive market space. That's where we're really going to see delivery numbers. Of course, we're not quite there yet. Now, this is coming from William Lee. He also goes by Lee Bin. He goes by both. He's the CEO and co-founder of NIO. He gave us insight on Sunday here, according to Reuters. So thank you, Reuters, for this. But then he says, and this is big, but definitely not with the NIO brand. That was really interesting to me. This, to me, is a sign that the CEO is potentially trying to create a Volkswagen for their Audi. That's a game changer. Now, that's still good for NIO shareholders. My expectation is that NIO would still be the umbrella brand, just kind of like the Volkswagen Group is the umbrella brand for Audi. But that you would essentially have NIO as the car company, then you would have NIO as kind of the BMW Mercedes, and then maybe you'll have BO, whatever, which ends up being the Volkswagen equivalent. And that's where maybe you get to these $20,000 to $35,000 vehicles. And golly, if they do that, that's when you're going to get extremely quick mass market adoption, because they'll be able to take their autonomous systems that they've now mastered with their forward-facing LiDAR, again, brilliant, and apply that to a mass market vehicle. That would be a game changer. So this is actually really exciting news. Initially, again, I was disappointed that NIO wasn't more modeling themselves after fighting with Tesla, because I do think that plenty of people shopping for Teslas are shopping for another option. And NIO would be such a perfect competitor to be that other option, but they've got nothing in that Model 3 price range. And so that's going to give Tesla years and years of a lead. Now, while this is exciting, it is also unfortunate that, the CEO mentions that as EV technologies advance and battery costs lower, aka he says, it's possible we may enter the mass market. This is probably 4 years out. Probably at least 4 years out. This is a 2024 proposition that maybe will get BO to NIO. And again, I'm making up BO. I have no idea what they're going to call the other company, right? So it's about 4 years out. So really, when we're doing our fundamental analysis on NIO here, it's really important that we only focus right now on NIO. I usually don't like to project out for more than 4 or 5 years. My 5-year projections, based on the deliveries that I expect, and then fair valuations once we get to those, I think NIO will be at least $133 a share within 5 years. I think it could substantially price beyond that. I priced Tesla at a 5-year price target of 680 last year, and it blew past that. I mean, we're like 830 today, even though Tesla's down a bit. And by bit, I'm pretty sure I mean a chunk. We'll have to look here. Let's see how Tesla right now is down. 3.4%. It's at 850. Still way beyond, right? But anyway, I want to just reiterate here. For me, I'd love to be able to load up on NIO. So I've really 3 targets here for NIO, and I don't really consider these my targets. These are just my rules. Sometimes people get confused and they're like, what? $65 price target? No. I do not have a $65 price target. My price target is 133 for this company, so it's still a double. Still a 2-banger, at least. And my price targets tend to be very conservative. Yeah, my buy this company individually target is about to get hit, which is $65, which means I won't buy the company individually anymore unless we get some red and it goes below that. But I will buy it as part of my pies in M1 Finance, which is good because that still means like 5 to 8% of the money that I invest will still end up going into NIO, depending on how my pies are balanced out. So I'll still be buying NIO, but yeah, in terms of how this news here changes the fundamental analysis, I think really when we look at how many vehicles we expect NIO to deliver, we've probably got to dampen our expectations a little bit. That is, we can't look at Tesla's ramp rate and say, okay, well, Tesla added this many vehicles to their production line, you know, from this quarter to this quarter to this quarter. Let's go look at Tesla's history and line that up for NIO and project out. I don't think we're going to end up seeing that kind of scale at NIO. I know we're going to see profits improve dramatically, especially as their contract, which says they will subsidize losses for JAC, ends here in April or May. It's one of those. That'll be a really big moment. I think Q2 for NIO is going to be a like gangbusters earnings report. So if you're still considering getting into NIO, I really think if there's some red between now and maybe Q1 earnings, after Q1 earnings, maybe we get some red, probably going to be an opportune time to buy into NIO. Even now, I mean, I hate buying when things are up 9%, but it's still under my buy under target, barely. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be something to be careful of. Exactly trying to line NIO up to Tesla. We're not going to see that same ramp. They're being pretty transparent about that, and now they've reiterated their position that no, we're going to focus on competing with those E's, the Mercedes Class E, right, the BMW Series 5. This means we are not trying to go for mass market here, and we'll have to see what kind of brand comes in the future. But to me, I think this was a pretty big update. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. This is a big shift for NIO clarifying their future intentions. Let me know if you found this video helpful. Consider sharing and subscribing, and folks, we'll see you in the next video.